We hear a lot about IT certifications, and honestly, it can feel like navigating an alphabet soup of acronyms. But there's one exam that keeps coming up, the Cisco 350 to 401 ENCOR. It seems to have completely changed the rules for network engineers, acting as some kind of master key to the whole career path. Today, let's figure out what it is and why it matters.
That's the perfect way to put it, a master key. Before 2020, the path was like climbing a long, winding staircase with lots of small steps. You had your CCNP exams, and then a completely separate written exam for the top-tier CCIE. Cisco basically looked at that and said, let's just build an elevator. The ENCOR exam is that elevator.
So let's break down the big one in the Cisco world, the 350 to 401 ENCOR exam. It's a 1-2-0 minute gauntlet that covers everything from dual-stack IPv4, IPv6 architecture to automation, and it's now the mandatory core for anyone eyeing a CCNP or CCIE Enterprise title.
Exactly, and the real aha moment here is that Cisco simplified the whole path in 2020. This one exam now serves as your written qualification for the CCIE lab, meaning it's essentially the most efficient shortcut Cisco has ever offered for high-level certification. In the old days, you climbed a dozen small hills. Now, the 350 to 401 is the single mountain you must cross to reach both professional and expert status.
So it's the ultimate foundation for a serious networking career. But with a $400 price tag and 105 complex questions, the stakes are high, which leads us to what actually makes up the meat of this exam.
Right, and what's inside is really telling about where the industry is going.
Looking at the blueprint, infrastructure is still king at 30% of the score, but security and automation combined now make up over a third of the exam. You're expected to know your way around Layer 2 basics like VLANs, but also how to use tools like Ansible and Puppet to manage networks at scale.
It's a clear signal from Cisco. The era of the siloed network admin is over. They want engineers who can bridge the gap between traditional hardware and modern, programmable software environments. The exam is 30% traditional, pipes and cables, and 35% brains and shields. If you can't code it or secure it, you won't pass it.
That's interesting. Does that mean a traditional engineer with 10 years of experience might actually struggle more than a new school techie who grew up with Python scripts?
Potentially, yes. The real aha moment here is seeing topics like network assurance and virtualization on the blueprint. Cisco has shifted focus from just rote memorization of commands. It's not just about making it work anymore. It's about proving you can make it scale automatically and securely. You have to understand the whole system, not just one box.
It's a massive shift in what it means to be a network professional. And for those who make the cut, the rewards in the current job market are looking pretty substantial.
They really are. The demand is huge.
Now, for the million-dollar question. How do you actually pass? Cisco suggests years of experience, but many candidates are using professional dumps and VCE simulators to cram. In fact, some platforms are seeing candidates pass with just 7 days of intensive, focused preparation.
Well, that 7 days sounds fast, but remember, these are typically people who are already living in the command line interface. They have the hands-on experience. The secret sauce is using 100% real practice tests that mimic the exact exam environment, the multiple choice, the drag-and-drop questions, and especially the simulations. It removes any surprises on exam day. You know, experience gets you the job, but targeted practice for 7 days gets you the badge that proves you can do it.
So it's about precision training. Use the right tools, master the core domains, and you've got a global credential that's been respected for over 20 years. Before we wrap up, what are the absolute key takeaways for someone considering this?
I'd boil it down to 4 things. First, think of it as the $400 multi-tool. The 350 to 401 ENCOR is the mandatory core for both CCNP and CCIE, making it the most versatile exam in the Cisco portfolio. Second, remember the 30-20-15 rule. Focus 30% of your energy on infrastructure, 20% on security, and 15% on automation. Third, while there are no formal prerequisites, the experience benchmark is key. 3 to 5 years of networking experience is the real sweet spot for candidates. And finally, this is a modern credential. Passing earns you a 3-year certification that is now highly sought after by non-tech sectors like healthcare and manufacturing, not just IT firms.